to sell the Lakers to associates of the president while under federal investigation. You feel what I'm putting? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? There's a lot.
Could be seen as political.
There's so many. This story is so juicy. So we all know the Los Angeles Lakers have been sold yet again. They were initially sold about 9 months ago to brother Mark Walters, and now they are a part of the Iger-Kushner empire. But there's a lot of questions that have come about, especially because people want to know why this team was sold so quickly. Are you familiar at all with the happenings of this story, Samari?
Fill me in. So
let me frame this just as best I can really quickly. So obviously the Buss family owned the Lakers, were the majority owners of the Lakers for many, many years. Last year, they sold a portion of the team for about $10 billion to Mark Walters, who owns an insurance, like an insurance company. And so anybody who knows anything about insurance knows that there's a lot of business that is built around people investing and flipping insurance policies. And so Mark Walters owns the Dodgers. He owns a piece of Chelsea, the football team, the soccer team, football, whatever, and so many other entities. And so now it's coming to question, where, like, is he misappropriating funds that his company has acquired for insurance policies and investing them into sports? And if he is doing that, is he doing it illegally, or has he failed to disclose? This is like really criminally tricky stuff, because
he's making $2 billion off of this
sale in a very short window. Based on what I just described to you, even just a little bit, how do you feel about that?
I'm scratching my head.
Okay, you should scratch the scalp a little bit, as long as it's moisturized under there. I don't want you to I don't want your scalp.
And I just read that and this is something I do find very interesting as well, is how this has divided the Buss siblings, where you have 5 of the 6 siblings wanting to now sell their stakes in the Lakers, which is very interesting to me, because apparently there's like a tag along clause or something like that I was reading, where they can just kind of tag along with Mark Walters in selling all of his shares. And Jeanie is the one that's like, no, we need to keep our shares. And what I find interesting is I don't really know that much about the Lakers and the inner workings. I did watch Winning Time on HBO. That was a great series.
Tragedy. They canceled that show. Tragedy.
But it seems to me like Jeanie was the one from the beginning that really wanted to follow in her father's footsteps as far as governing the team, ownership of the team. We always see Jeanie Buss. We don't ever see these other siblings. No. And now they're kind of like, oh, we just want to throw away all this ownership. It's just very strange how things have took a turn in the last year with the Lakers.
Yeah. Shout out to daughters. Daughters will hold you down. I have son, and hopefully he'll be different. But from what I hear, daughters are the way to go. So there's so many coincidences, or not. It's like LeBron leaving the Lakers while all of this is happening. Was that foresight? Was that just luck? Like, to get out of the mess of this situation? Mark Walters basically went to Mubadala, which is a Saudi-based company. They own the DC Open, which is a tennis event. They are Saudi-based, and they are spreading their money around and investing it into a lot of American entities, especially sports entities. And when we think of like Saudi money, okay, a lot of people in America consider Saudi money to be dirty money. And historically, we have tried very hard to keep Saudi money out of American entities, because we do not want to have so much overlap with Saudi government. And Mark Walters was aboard a private jet. The FBI entered said jet, took his phone and computers for evidence to do research on his business happenings. Shortly thereafter, he begins to divest in all of these prominent, preeminent sports franchises that he has ownership in. Lakers, Chelsea, Dodgers are probably next. Dodgers are definitely next. And so with the Lakers sale, selling this team to Bob Iger and a Kushner brother, I keep forgetting his name, and I want to say Jared Kushner, but it's not Jared Kushner. It's his brother. They have very different politics. Yeah, it's something.
It's something, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Something with a J. And I don't want to be disrespectful. I have so much information that I want to share right now that I just can't retain the name. But to sell the Lakers to associates of the president has a lot of people while under federal investigation. You feel what I'm putting? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? There's a lot.
Could be seen as political. Also,
there's so many. This story is so juicy. It really is. It really is. I'm looking forward to see, like, when everything is all finished, like, who ultimately ends up owning the team. Not obviously Iger and Kushner will own the team, but like, what outside influences have impacted the sale of this team? Like, who's influencing all these behind the scenes things? And yeah, I just wanted to update and just have a slight just spewing of information that I've been gathering about this story, because it is really, really good. A lot of moving parts.
It's definitely interesting. And I'm interested to learn more about the process in which Mark Walters acquired the team. What research was done on his background?
He owned the Dodgers. So
I know, but I'm like, now we know that he's being investigated by the FBI. Were there not rumblings? Was his rap sheet squeaky clean? Did y'all not find anything on him before y'all said, okay, we're going to sell you the team for $10 billion?
Listen, I love Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons did a great job breaking this down. But there were questions about, the legitimacy of where he got the money to buy the Lakers.
Okay.
And the NBA historically is like, they just want to make money. Mark Walters has a lot of success with the Dodgers. They're the winners of their back-to-back World Series winners. The heaviest payroll roster in sports history, damn near. Right. And so, that would imply that this guy knows what he's doing and he has the cash to bankroll, which is one of the biggest things in the NBA. You don't want an owner come in like the Portland Trailblazers owner who starts telling people they can't have fruit snacks in the locker room because we cutting back and y'all can't stay overnight and so whatever. So you just want money to be in the NBA. And so there aren't that many people anymore who can afford NBA franchises. And the list is very short, which means that you just have to you don't even want to ask. Like, nope, just cut the check and we'll keep this thing rolling. Back in the day, 80s, 90s, the people who bought sports franchises, and again, this is a point that they brought up on Bill Simmons' podcast, which was really poignant. Back in the 80s and 90s, the people who bought sports teams were like the richest guy in that city. Yeah. Like, it wasn't international wealth entering the sports arena. It was the richest guy in LA, the richest guy in New York.
For somewhere else, like if you look at like Jerry Jones, he came from Arkansas and bought the Cowboys, and everybody was like, "Who is this redneck hillbilly white man that wants to come to Dallas and buy the Cowboys?"
You feel me?
No.
So now it's totally different, and anyway, this is not the only story that's broken in Los Angeles. Obviously, also the Clippers
was a good segue, because that's what I think.
Let me not look. So let me do a proper transition. I'm
about to do it.
Oh, you got it. Go ahead.
Yes. So the NBA has come out. The NBA has come out and said, allegedly, according to sources, that they did not find enough evidence to say that Steve Ballmer, owner of the LA Clippers, was funneling money through a company to Kawhi Leonard to circumvent the salary cap. We talked about this when it happened, when Pablo Torre released his expose on the matter. And I've been kind of following it because I thought it was really interesting. But a little backstory, really, really quick. Pablo Torre, in his expose, is accusing, allegedly, Clippers owner Steve Ballmer of getting into business with this company called Aspiration, a $300 million deal that the Clippers were paying Aspiration. Well, then Aspiration got a deal with Kawhi where he's supposed to make $28 million. He really didn't do anything. All he had to do was be an employee of the Clippers. So Pablo Torre put this together, and he felt like the Clippers were funneling that money to Kawhi to circumvent the salary cap. Now, according to this article that I just read from ESPN, the NBA is actually investigating more the Clippers introducing these sponsors to Kawhi, not necessarily money funneling itself, if that all makes sense.
The thing with the Kawhi, so let me just say, the NBA has also refuted ESPN's reporting about this story, which is another topic that kind of spirals from this. ESPN has fired so many journalists. ESPN 2 times this week has been labeled by people as misrepresenting information and facts, which has never really happened at ESPN. But ESPN has now got into the business of not just clickbait, but being first. They desire to be first in breaking all stories. And so the NBA is saying, hey, that's not entirely true. We didn't say that there was no findings. And that it wouldn't even make sense because the NBA and the Clippers are in negotiations still at this time for resolution. So if we're negotiating to resolve this thing, that means like it ain't all good. Yeah, it ain't all free and good. Like y'all gonna get a little pow. We don't know what that is yet. So yeah, but I don't know. I really don't know about this.
When the story first came out, you were so against Pablo. You was like, he need to mind his business. But you just talked about ESPN not having a lot of journalists. I mean, he sat and went through all of this documentation. I consider him a journalist. I consider him somebody. He's
an amazing journalist. He's elite. Yes. He's a sleuth. He's not even a journalist. He's a sleuth.
I love sleuths.
Yeah. He did phenomenal work. I think sometimes it's better to not know what is actually going on. In the sports landscape, there are so many things that happens in the shadows. There's so many things that happens behind the scenes. And if we start unveiling all of that, I think that we could have some really big issues in like just trusting the outcomes of games and business transactions and all the things. And it's like when I found out that wrestling was fake, I stopped watching. And I'm not saying sports is fake. But what I'm saying is when you get too much information about something that you just want to be passionate about, blindly, it does have the potential to impact and affect the brand. And, I just want to be a kid when it comes to sports. I don't want to know what's happening in the mud and in the weeds. I just want to watch hoops. So let them make money on top of the money.
So you'd rather be ignorant than have a product that is morally ethical.
When it comes to sports, yes. Again, I'm the guy who wants athletes to be able to take steroids. You know what I mean? Like I just want good things in sports. I do. Like it makes no sense that athletes would be required to or wouldn't be allowed to use things that I myself can use. And I'm a normal functioning human being playing recreational tennis. An NBA player, NFL players, they need expedited recovery. So they should be allowed to do that. Anyway, so I want the best possible product. I don't need to know everything that's going on behind the scenes. There's so many other things to investigate in this world, in this time, in this administration, in this government. Please go dig like Nolan Wells. I don't know. There's just so many things.
No, you're right. I feel like the NFL specifically already has a domestic violence issue. I don't think steroids is going to help that. So no to the steroids. But anyway, you all drop down in the comments and you let us know your thoughts on our conversation. One being the sale of the Los Angeles Lakers. Do you like the new ownership? Do you feel like Jeanie Buss is correct in fighting back against her brothers and sisters, whoever they are? We've never seen them.
Just brothers. It's all brothers. It's really succession.
Oh,
it's really succession for real.
And the Kawhi Leonard story. Do you feel like the NBA is attempting to cover up something? We want to hear from you down below.